Build it up, brother. Level. Glory be. Glory be to God mode. Why is anima icon of icons though? Woohoo! Here you go, brother. Sure, we'll take that. We'll read this. We'll need that. Ooh, I can't even need this. I already have it. Alright. Cinema time.
Farewell, Varus. May the gods have mercy on your soul.
That is pretty fucked up, though. But it technically wasn't him, right? It just
the other two await.
Kinda him, but not really him. They used his body, like him himself was no longer there, I guess, or something like that. Xenos.
This madness ends here.
Oh, it's only just begun.
Oh, hush. This is the best part.
Is they tried? Okay, bro, okay.
Oh, mighty Zodiac! Awaken from your slumber and descend!
Some manner of magical defense?
But how does she get there, man? She just teleport her?
But how?
Yeah, but how, indeed?
The shackles that bind my adversary will not be so easily broken.
Heidelin, feeble relic of a forgotten age. Hark, victory is mine.
Ooh, one of the crystal remained, I guess.
No more ether. And I was so close. My lord, a slight change of plans. We shall travel to the moon and break this wretched barrier ourselves. Whatever it takes.
To the moon, baby!
What was that?
Oh, what's that? No one's surprised that Heidelin's still right behind us.
Issued by Anima to the tempered thralls. Should the Empire fall, the world must share her fate. Of course, Father lacked the conviction to give such a command. The abomination born of his flesh was not a puppet, and I the puppeteer.
Yeah, it wasn't Varys, right? It's like...
You madman, you monster!
Ah, stop it. It's like...
There's a funny joy in watching your flailing attempts to fight the inevitable. You're all going to die, and are powerless to prevent it.
Alright. Let's travel.
We really must be on our way. You're welcome to give chase, provided you are content to leave comrade and tempered alike to die screaming.
To the moon. Boom.
I have asked too much of this child. Tend to her. The last brand at Mare Lamentorum is yet unbroken. Zodiac remains bound. I have shifted the flow of ether and sent the enemy far from their destination. Now, I shall divert it once more. An ally awaits, and I will deliver you unto him. Seek his aid. Restore the seal. Zodiac must not be set free.
The Tempered are running wild. Not only those at the tower, but those back at the camp.
Having a party downstairs. That's some massive
The others
disco
are doing
party.
their best to contain them, but the situation is growing beyond our control.
Leave them to die or give up the chase. Just like Van Daniel said.
Once in Swans, only I can bring the end to this. Garlemald's fate is in your hands. Yeah, whatever.
You're going alone?
As if you guys are useful. Well, maybe you can bring your Stola. We can bring your Stola. But yeah, I'll go on.
You have our trust and our faith. I pray we have yours.
Well, that's what I said. The Garlemald's face is in your hand. Maybe Graha can come too.
Our friends in the Tempered need our help. We will save as many as we can, I swear.
Once we have matters well in hand, we'll join you on the moon. Until then, be careful. There's no telling what you'll find.
I'll find moon rocks. They level up my Pokemon. Like, they evolve them automatically, so... Moonstones, yeah. Let's go to the moon!
Long, long before Dalamud was forged to imprison an Elder Primal, the eldest of them all, savior of the star, was sealed within a moon of his own. Souls sacrificed to grant him life still slumber and dream of the day he and we will be made whole. Here he waits, in this cold, barren place, his cradle and his grave. Silent lamentations and prayers of hope echo soundlessly to a sundered star, adrift and alone.
Oh. It's a nice vista, I guess, in a sense. You with me. Hydalin's champion. Why does he have dark energy though? It's because the dark aspect is the active, where light is the passive. Is that like kind of how it is? Like the active keeps you alive, kind of? I don't know. It's some weird concept. I didn't really understand it, but whatever. White robes. Ooh, white and cosmic. It sounds like me. Apologies, I've been preoccupied for quite some time and am out of practice at conversation. Yeah, that's me right there. Ever since this moon was created by Hydaelyn, I have served as an integral part. I am the Watcher. I am responsible for the prisoner and the devices that hold him fast. Oh. Hello, prisoner. Zodiac himself, a projection of the moon's core. Though rent asunder by Hydaelyn, he grows more powerful with every rejoining. 7 there have been, 7 too many. And yet, for all his servants' machinations, he remains incomplete. The fallen are beyond salvation. Yeah, because Elidibus is dead, so like either way he'll be incomplete, right? No attempt would be made to free Zodiac, not until he is whole once more. Oh. Okay, fair enough. But someone has taken action. The shackles that hold him nearly shattered. Six locks to his gale, great and grand. Gargantuan swords driven deep, brents to bind Zodiac forevermore. Oh, here are the broken swords. 5 were destroyed by his would-be liberator. 1 of these I have restored. So there's 2 that are good now? Yeah. I strive to mend the remaining 4, but my efforts are being impeded. Oh. Souls sacrificed to summon Zodiac, their manifestation consequence of the waning seal. Huh. Also, that's where they start roaming around. If they labor in opposition to my work, they must be expelled for the preservation of all. If keeping Zodiac in prison is the right thing to do, I will aid you. I will only resort to expelling them if all else... yeah. I guess. Of that I have no doubt. I have no doubt. You are her chosen. I am the watcher and the gaoler. I am not the judge. Know this. Hydaelyn commands the forces of stasis, and this moon is the product of such power. Yeah, light is stasis, dark is active. So long as Zodiac remains imprisoned in this place, no more sacrifice will be made in his name, nor will those souls rendered up in his name fade into oblivion. Yeah. Basically, no more people will sacrifice themselves. Go meet with these wandering spirits, do what you think is right. Our perfection came crumbling down, such overwhelming despair. In that moment we knew the end was nigh. The faintest glimmer of hope remained. We gave our lives that others may live. We gave ourselves to Zodiac. Zodiac, our Lord and Savior, to forge our world anew. You guys wanna fight? What's up? Fuck all of you. To live and love again. Become one with the star. Fill earth and heaven with life. Birth paradise where fear is distant memory. Fill earth and heaven with life. Birth paradise where fear is distant memory. Pardon me. Pardon me, but would you be so kind as to step aside? I wonder why they regard him so highly, though. He's the only one who's still normal. Ah, that unmistakable color, the soul of Azem. My new old friend. But not the friend I knew, I think. Nevertheless, you are you. But not the friend I knew, I think. Nevertheless, you are you. I knew it. I knew he's the one who crafted that. So Emmet Salk meant for you to have it. You seem surprised. Why might that be? We meet again, Hydaelyn. Again? I do not believe I have yet had the pleasure. But here's the thing, wouldn't he remember me from the actual, like, past? Or does his memory... Oh, he's not considered dead completely, so he can't remember what happened in Elpis. Emmet Selk created a shade in my likeness, and not only me, but all of Amaroth. Heh, how very like him. Yes. Slave to sentiment, even after an eternity. As you may have guessed, I'm different from the shade you met before. No mere approximation, but the original. Soul sacrificed to Zodiark. We remember in vivid detail the events leading to our purgatory. The plans and plots. The plans and plots of our resurrection, Hydaelyn's intervention, and Zodiark's, and the stars' final fate. And then we drifted in a waking dream, our minds steeped in fog until you came. I know not what you and your friends intend for Zodiark or the future of the star. Nevertheless, in you I place my trust and faith. In you I choose to believe, as Emmet Selk did. Believe in yourself and all will be well. More new arrivals, though. Ah, Fandaniel, that color I know. And another I do not, an unfamiliar but fearsome being. See, I wish he could identify the soul of Xenos, because who the fuck is he? Like, why is he so strong? He has to be rejoined as well, right? I've kept you from your duty. By way of apology, I will ensure that the shades hinder you no more. Protect the final brand. Fare you well, my new old friend. Little Deus, my buddy. Just like that.
in the nick of time to savor the crowning triumph. Unbound and free at last. Arise, Zodiac! Deprived of heart and will by the loss of dearest Elidibus. A creature of pure instinct, wanting for guidance. But powerful, oh so powerful. More so with every passing moment. Such potential, even in this incomplete state. Still the savior who delivered a world from certain doom.
So, here we stand. You know my intent. Consume the god, then the world. Stoke your fury to a raging inferno and dance among the ashes. Or perhaps you would face me here and now. A lesser but welcome amusement.
This fucking guy. Whoop whoop.
Yes.
Sorry.
A taste to whet the appetite.
This fucking guy.
Sorry to spoil the moment, but might I ask that you postpone the slaughter until I've said my piece? I promise I will be brief.
This fucking guy.
Do you remember when I told you that I wanted to die and take everyone with me? I meant it.
Even Xenos is shocked. We are the savior. We are the guardian, the keeper of natural order. We are the martyr, the bestower of new beginnings. We are...
Such lofty aspirations! And what sweet irony that the world's saviors will become the agents of its destruction!
It cannot end this way. We must return and be made whole. We are the will of the star, now and forever. For the greater good, for the sake of the world.
Wrong, wrong, illusion! The dead have no power over me. You will be silent. Silent as the grave!
No more. We beg of you. The star must endure. Oh.
Believe and walk in faith. Let the light of your soul shine for all to see.
Thank you, Atlas.
Not quite the outcome you'd imagined, but a fitting one nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think so, Hades?
Also, you can see that the way he disappeared was different to the others. So that you can see that what's her name? Hydaelyn is skipping him. Same as she's skipping Emmet.
More boundless power, mine to command.
Oh, goosebumps.
I had intended to pit my fractured divinity against Xenos, but a more tempting option presents itself. The greatest obstacle to my ambition. You will trouble me no longer.
See. Here we go. Ooh. People are so nice. It's like, I love that they think that it's actually my first time doing this, but meanwhile I didn't get hit by any mechanics, so like, you know. Hey, 3 commendations. Let's go. Well done, my preparations are complete and I stand ready to seal Zodiac once more. Withdraw now from this place. The teleporter will deliver you to safety. Man, Cripplerker set looks sick.
Incomplete and insufficient. Of course he was no match. Once again, you have left my best laid plans in ruins. And played your role to perfection. Thus, sealing my victory. From the first, all I wanted was for you to kill Zodiac. 'Twas but one of many methods to achieve the desired effect. 'Twould have been the same had Xenos died in my place. But what better and more satisfying way to ensure success than to take control myself? My sole regret is that you lived to tell the tale. Even so, I have fulfilled my heart's desire. Let your murder mark the beginning of the end.
I don't know if you can call this murder, to be honest.
Coming of the final days!
Should really not have a mask on right now. I can see the expressions.
How quickly strength fades and blood cools. Old familiar sensations. So many lives, so many deaths. No different this. I close my eyes and slip into the dreamless slumber. A tired song and dance. Routine. Always I wake. But not this time. Nothing left unsaid. Nothing left undone. Inherit my hell. I intone with glee. The man I was would weep for what I have become.
Yeah.
The all-consuming contempt.
But the menu was what caused this to begin.
But I've the wisdom of 10 millennia to justify my answer to the question.
What do I live for?
No value in their existence. Not a whit. For all that I looked. None that I did see.
Question is, what do you live for?
A final chance, then, for Heidelin and her faithful. In Cataclysm, prove me wrong. I snare. All shall return to nothingness, as was your will, Emperor Zande. I, the star, and every living being, consigned to your oblivion.
Price doesn't mention the Twitter bird. Oh.
Ah. At last.
Oh. Well, shit. Deep breaths, slow and steady. It didn't happen yet. Side to yes. The blue star below, thrown into turmoil. Yeah. What was that? Then it was no illusion. All was truth. With the death of Zodiac, the laws of nature over which he presided have begun to unravel. The final days are upon us. What you witnessed was an omen granted by the echo, a vision of the horrors to come. Time grows short. I'm not even drawing my weapons. I ain't got time for your shit, Xenos.
No. I'll find no fulfillment in a contest with you this day.
Nope. My mind is distracted.
Slavering beasts gather at your gates, ravenous and eager. Already you turn to them and away from me.
Yep, you're an afterthought.
I must go forth once more in search of power far beyond the might of Shinryu. Power to make your heart run over with rage. For the eldest of primals was a betrayal of promise. A pathetic creature incapable of inspiring true despair. That's what I crave. Pure, unadulterated despair.
Hope will win the day. I will not fight you. I will not fight for your amusement. I will not fight for your amusement. Damn, Crypt Lurker looks sick. I love this set.
We shall see.
Nothing. Yeah, she created the moon, like the Elegance created Dalamud. The red moon. Thank you for affording me the short reprieve. And change back to samurai. Keep forgetting.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiac and his imprisonment. But perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before, and comes now again.
Long ago, before the Great Sundering, there was but a single world, Etheris. Stop talking. One day from within the earth, a terrible cry issued forth, affecting a profound change in all manner of life. We were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampart, giving shape and form to thoughts of hopelessness and despair. At first, the phenomenon was limited to a single region, but quickly, so very quickly, it spread and engulfed the whole of the star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
They were not. However, the convocation struck upon a method to predict where next the corruption would manifest. The etheric energies which flow through all of creation in the form of various currents. The currents which course through the land and the seas. Those which flow through the very air. And those of a celestial nature which encompasses both our star and this moon.
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
Oh, you are. Nor would I expect you to be. Few scholars of our time knew of their existence. Their invaluable knowledge helped us to better understand the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of earth and air, the celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal distribution is not consistent. The convocation soon realized that the inciting incidents occurred in regions where the flow was weakest. Correlation without clear cause, ultimately. Nevertheless, on closer study, a stagnancy of ether was observed in nearby currents.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness.
Oh, that's why Zodiac is darkness.
Was Zodiac conceived?
Because the ether was stagnant, so you need an active, which is darkness.
No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Okay, now it makes sense why he's dark. Precisely. With the advent of Zodiac, our end was averted.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiac's power as a threat. Is that true?
Indeed, there was a faction opposed to Zodiac's creation, but their aim was never to unmake him. They understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence. Until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days, he would need remain, for his departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces once more. Hydaelyn recognized this as well, and so rather than destroy, she sundered Zodiac, herself, and the star into lesser reflections, that she might confine him in this place. Yeah, because if he leaves for some reason, they all gonna get fucked. But that's not the only reason she confined him. I could have sworn she beseeched me to banish the darkness, then what she told me in the Ethereal Sea was false. Perhaps she did, but as with all beings, intent is not always in accord with spoken words. It's a nice way of saying it. Hydaelyn and Zodiac are both constructs of men, approximations of perfection limited by our own imperfections. Zodiac was without question the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half Etheris' population. Thus was it necessary for Hydaelyn to commit herself wholly to his defeat. Still more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the brands taxed her greatly. With what power she dared spare, she cried out to any who might listen and offered her blessing to those who heeded her call. The words of light. I mean, think about it this way. Though it was likely within her power to do so, I believe she did not wish to speak of Aetheris and her history. Yeah, because think about it this way, man. Imagine you just start your journey and suddenly like you get the power of the Echo, and then she tells you everything about the world, and you're like, listen, that's a bit too much for me, right? it's a tiny bit too much information, you know? It's like, it's a bit too much. Like, I don't know if I want to be a part of this. It's a lot of responsibility. Like Zodiac, Hydaelyn's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wish to look to the future and not linger in the prison of the past.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words. And even if Hydaelyn is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that. Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days. Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
The nomenclature is more fitting than you know. Bring ruin to the source, and its reflections will share it in its fate. Yep. Ah, it is ready. This way, if you would be so kind. What is ready? Ah, I woke up. A beautiful sight, is it not?
Yes, but what is it?
Spaceship. Hadn't you better than any that her power was not absolute. Indeed, she has ever struggled to hold Zodiac and his faithful at bay. She feared the worst and so made preparations. In the event of his demise, there would be a contingency. This moon is more than a prison. It is a vessel capable of bearing the people of Aetheris to safe harbor. You need not go far to find its pilots. In fact, I should be happy to take you to them. And fulfill my final duty as Watcher in the dark. Ooh, 533 weapon. Let's go. Best way borrow. God, this place is fucking massive. Holy hell.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Oh god. Oh god. Oh, something's happening. Hop. Rodents. Slipping away.
Look lively, everyone! I know, this 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance, for Zodiac, alas, is no more.
Oh, she's
As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose, to bear the people of Aetheris to safety. Our time has come, my friends!
Finally, to fulfill our purpose. Fulfill our purpose.
We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstations to be immaculate. And don't forget to relay our signal to Aetheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
Oh my god, I love the voice acting. It just fits so well.
'Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Thancred is not endeared. So good. Snappy Loporits.
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. My name is Livingway, and we are the Loporits, created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Aetheris to a brave new world. More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Livingway's the name, map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Okay.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it.
Thank you.
The people of Aetheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events.
Sure.
Unfortunately, culminated in Zodiac's obliteration.
Fault of your own, I'm sure.
Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents sent you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations. Still not following? No? Very well, I shall elaborate further.
They're so nice and kind. So patient.
Here, we have Aetheris, your home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiac around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade.
Oh my god.
A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Etheris, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
Very sad, that. Very.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected.
The doom and gloom, quite expected. Oh god.
If you will, that Etheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun.
Sure.
The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Etheris, in case the metaphor is lost, to its grisly fate.
Right.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star. Easier said than done, admittedly, for one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim, which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
I mean, we're on the moon, so.
To shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Hydaelyn. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings. And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover,
that's good.
The ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Outside help?
From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges?
I wonder how many of them were Allagan.
But you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women. And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon? Hydaelyn herself led you here. You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Like little baby carrot people?
Well, Amarotines were a great deal taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher?
Pretty much no one is like the Watcher.
Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
Wait.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Atheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages. I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular sized book, is it?
Uh-oh. Yes.
Building Way, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy. Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale. All of them. Yes, all of them, and but me no buts. See to it with all speed.
Perhaps you could tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
So good. Fair enough. God. I love the leopards.
Ready in the teleporter. Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Good job, Growing Way. Oh.
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Atheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Oh, quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too.
Very particular.
You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Which path? Secrecy?
Come again?
Ah, idle musings. 'Tis no trifle, thou dost ask. Yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
The litter of the leopards has changed just like that. Kinda BS, not gonna lie. Literally stopped him where the quest ends on the first try. BS.
Thine arrival is timely as ever.
Then why were you running away, bro? Didn't matter.
Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume?
Yeah, maybe. Just not the conclusion of it.
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity? And Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life. I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Minfilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain, brokered by my hand, were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward.
Yep.
No effort did I make to seek out alternatives. Ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians.
Yep.
In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today.
I think we would all be dead if she didn't die.
Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. subterfuge, and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Sometimes is an alright answer. Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Take heart and protect all. Well, those who can. Would that we had time to weigh the costs.
Tis a comfort to know we are of like mind in that regard.
Yep. Sometimes there's only time for actions.
I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly.
Yeah, because you fucking always do your own shit, never fucking talk to me.
I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've had bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
Time to beat up some Loporrits, I guess.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here.
Oh.
The time has come for you to return to Etheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
What?
But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
I love the expressions.
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose?
Just stop biting my shirt.
You and yours work tirelessly towards the singular
Millennials.
this heavenly vessel's
A
construction.
dozen.
An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm Not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations.
Oh no.
Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Oh no, he's gonna start naming them, right?
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loporrits were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris. That shining...
They're technically mini primals, right?
brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
But one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words.
His way with words is insane.
This application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker.
Yep.
When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but...
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course.
Panic.
Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind. If being the operative term.
Nope. Oh, so the flower is always gonna glow at the end of the map, huh? That flower, how came it into your possession? Oh, very like her. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions, intentions which remain a mystery even to us. In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Atheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Yeah.
Agreed. The Charlean Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
Well.
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement.
Yeah.
Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
Okay. Need to finish this as a sage. It was a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink to serve and serve well. Yep. It's nice. Order. Order. It does look weird when they walk the steps, doesn't it? Order. Order. Order.
Order. Order, I say.
Dude, his voice actor looks exactly what this guy would sound like.
I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Telophoroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Order.
True. Will all that really happen?
Order.
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Time to speak.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, The Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the Moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You revealed this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
Order.
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the Moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the Great Exodus. For his impressive contributions, and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Order. Order, I say. This guy get a scar. Was he fighting something? That fighting is not allowed.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work.
Yep.
If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Keep it civil, eh?
I may look daggers at him, but I will neither speak nor draw them.
Okay.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable?
Not at all.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the Moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Sharlayan, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures, and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
Spoken like a grandson.
Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
That hit a chord, didn't it? Remind him of somebody, maybe?
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Oh, so she saw through it?
Call for bold action, and there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
It's okay, they got you, Justinian.
So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
As if we got time for that shit. World is about to burn.
Shall we then? To the Annex. To prepare for tomorrow.
Alright. I dig.